going on. I'm here to right all my wrong. Yo, we got it going on.
This for the culture.
Yeah, hey, yo, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. Yeah, we here to right all our wrong. Hey, yo, we got it going on. Yeah, went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God.
I'm teaching essentials, I'm operating at my peakest potential. Elijah, he told me to keep it simple. Through these instrumentals, I speak to your mental. Red. Back in the booth, rap to the youth, they was lacking the truth. Back to the seas, they was lacking the roots. Smoked all the trees and they snacking on fruits. Bed, attached to my roof, detached to the roof on the back of the coupe. Back from the future, I'm back in the loop. Red and the blue, yeah, I'm back on my snoop. Niggas be biting, they cracking, they tracking, they niggas be capping, they lacking, they lacking. Put a toe tag on the back of they boot. Battle with nukes, I'm attacking, they troops. I wrote these bars in Sumerian text. The legends of Mu, I'm Sumerian sets. It was written in Targaryen text. Came to conquer all my variants.
Yeah, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. Yeah, we here to right all our wrong. Hey, yo, we got it going on. Yeah, went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God. Back on the mic, was dead on my back, now I'm back on my life. Came back from the future, went back to it twice. When I rose out the grave, they said that dude is Christ. I'ma shine like a star, I'ma twinkle, twinkle as I light up the sky. The whole world was watching on the night I arrived. The Messiah's here, I guess it's finally time. Swear that I hear every prayer that you say. I was there every day, I was still everything in the world.
Chat, what the hell? They got a pillar at the Vatican. Pope Pablo, where you at?
You either fight or run. Life a game, I feel like I won. Yo, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform and become the Voltron. We here to right all our wrong. Hey, yo, we got it going on. Yeah, went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God.
From the quantum shadows, a traveler emerges. Fly Sinet, the multi-dimensional hacker, living his hero's journey. He joins the Pantheon at AI Masters Workshop, November 1st and 2nd, hosted by 363 Empire with Red Pillar and Seven Bomar. Tickets, lock yours in now.
This is the law of mental command. It is the understanding that you are not a victim of your thoughts, but a commander of them.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Melanin Monday. Know the ledge. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar, persevering through all of the difficulties, man. Yeah, this is one of those days. I'm not. I'm mad sober. I'm mad sober. I just kind of got thrown off of my my pivot. Let's just say that. I got thrown off of my pivot a little earlier, so I had to recalibrate myself. But I'm here. Shout out to everybody in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's go ahead and let's do the roll call and let's get it in and let's get this motherfucking cracker late night show. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is one of those late night shows. So, you know, let's act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Let's act accordingly. Make sure the little ones is asleep. This is not going to be a super duper dark show. This is going to be one of those, you know, we're gonna do the news and whatnot. We're gonna do the news tonight. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna do the news. There's a lot going on in the news. We got Queens in the building. Shout out to Queens in the building. Yo, East 49. By any chance, are you close to St. John's University out there in Queens? Los Angeles in the building. Los Angeles in the building. Modesta in the building. What up, Copper? Copper Moon. Where we last night I was getting they was tag teaming the guard. You know what I'm talking about? I was getting the is that Timu Snoop Dogg? Like, there was bots from Botswana. There was an invasion. I know how Joe Biden and them felt with all of those people running through the border because the bots from Botswana damn sure was coming through they was illegally coming through the border last night. But I took care of them. You know what I mean? I know how to shoot with one hand and keep driving and whatnot. I was on the highway, leaning out the window, clapping at them. But we good now. You know what I'm talking about? Queensbridge. Okay, you close to the Queensbridge. Sorry to hear that. New Bedford in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Thailand in the Thailand. Red October. You better be safe out there. I heard they was banging on their neighbors and what's going on out there. Is it lit? Is it turned? I'm trying, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make it to Thailand before they bomb that shit. Minnesota. It's cold in Minnesota. What did y'all do to Bobby Shmurda? Minnesota. What the fuck? I know it's cold in Minnesota, but goddamn it, what did Bobby do? Bobby Shmurda, that is. You know what I mean? The only Bobby we acknowledge is Hemet. But what the fuck did Zesty Bobby do that y'all had to beat him up? You know what I'm talking? It was very body. Yeah, it was very body. It was Botswana. Let's just hope that we not near we don't got too many Botswanians pulling up tonight, because we got something for them. You know what I mean? Tampa, but from Charlotte. What's popping in Tampa? I got a lot of love in Tampa. What's happening in Tampa? Minnesota is the 44th parallel. Well, he got his ass whooped out on the 44th parallel. I saw another angle of the video with young Bobby getting whooped out. Man, shit is crazy out here. Shit is mad crazy. Austin in the house. We got Bodymore in the house. You know what I'm talking about? BK via Harlem. Outside of okay. Outside the Old Nels. Yeah, I know where that's at. Gulfport, Mississippi. Gulfport, Mississippi. The Mississippian mound builders. Very sacred land over there. Naptown in the building. We got East Flatbush in the building. What's popping, East Flatbush? Brrr. Cincinnati in the building. DC in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Hartford, Connecticut. We see you, Hartford. Love to Hartford. I was living in Hartford. Yeah, that was Hartford. Yeah. I was in Hartford. I was outside. I was on Main Street. I was at Benji's, the Jamaican store. Yeah, I was outside. I was in West Hartford, Elizabeth Park, and all of that. Yeah, I know about Hartford. Detroit. What up, though? You got another Detroit. What up, though? Palm Beach. Oh, you repping Palm Beach now, Copper? What we doing? Shout out to Palm Beach, though. We riding for Palm Beach. Is Palm Beach next to Pompano and Warwick in the building? We got 2 T dots. This shit feels like connect the dots right now. Like, that's how we playing. Charlotte, another Charlotte in the building. Georgia in the building. Y'all deep tonight, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up on a super duper late night. You know what I mean? That means a lot. My day, where is the time going? I really want to have a conversation with whoever the hell is it Saturn? Like, who is running the time? Because whoever's running the time, I need to ask, can I get some back? Because god damn it, I'm waking up a little late these days on, I'm on my night owl shit because of the circadian rhythm, the fact that it gets dark around my way at 5. And I'm in the crib looking at I'm like, it's 7 o'clock. I think it's like 10, So I'm super thrown off. Like, I don't know what day it is. The time, like, I don't have no time. Real talk. I'm trying to regain my time, bro. It's crazy. This shit is moving wild fast. But you leave on Sunday. I need you in the building on Friday and Saturday and Sunday for the event. You know about the event, Copper? Who knows about the event? If y'all don't know about the event, let's go ahead and go to a commercial so we know about the event. Check this out.
Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Brother Red Pill reporting live and direct. Yes, I have some very good news on Friday, December 19th, the day that the Third Eye Atlas is supposed to be in contact with us. We are going to be at Spin City headquarters, which is Sovereign Land over there at East Point, Atlanta. And we are going to be doing a winter solstice conference Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, featuring Bitcoin Bully, featuring Rosbin, featuring Ra'aku, Spin City, Brother Red Pill, you name it, and other special guests. Make sure you click on the QR code so you can find out more details. Seating is limited. This is going to be a closed door workshop. We get into it and whatnot. We going into 2026 bossed up. You know what I mean? So this is for all of the people who caught a W this year. Let's close out this quarter with the right mind state and whatnot. So masterminds come together, all right? I'm looking for my entrepreneurs and my movers and shakers. Salute. I see you. Digital nomads, tap in. See you on Friday. ATL. Blech.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me on this device? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. I know there's a little delay, so sometimes I just gotta sit back and watch and wait. Okay, cool. Yeah, we good. By any chance, does it sound better from the microphone that I was on? Because once again, I'm on this mission to make sure that the playbacks that I listen to and these videos that are going to people are going to be watching it years from now. I just got to make sure that they are not janky. I'm on an anti-janky campaign in 2026. Quality over everything. You feel me? I need quality over everything. You know what I mean? I'm literally becoming a stickler for that. So yeah, let's get into set the mic sound a little more crisp. Don't do that. I think this might sound good. I don't know. We'll switch it up back and forth. You know what I mean? All right. So as we begin, let's just begin with this and then get this out the way, and then we'll carry on to some other shit. All right. White woman entertainment. Yeah.
Now the weirdest part about the Charlie Kirk shooting is the fact that Erica.
It's my guy. I gotta
You're
let
telling
him.
me now the weirdest part.
We in the maybe in the latter months of this year, I would say in the last 6 months, we've had an array of special guests. I will call them, co-hosts or characters and whatnot. And this man right here, he's been a part of a lot of our quote unquote streams and whatnot. It's my white friend. And Brosie O'Donnell. You know what I'm talking about? Brosie O'Donnell is another one. There's a few of them. We gotta hail them up at the end of the year because they damn sure was carrying. They were doing the good work. You know what I mean? The good work. So let's go ahead and hear what my guy got to say because he's snapping right now. Shabbat shalom.
You're telling me now the weirdest part about the Charlie Kirk shooting is the fact that Erica will not talk to Candace and she forgave Tyler Robinson immediately. Okay, I wish that I could trust Erica Kirk, that maybe I could put her America first. She thinks those lies and stop. Candace is really gonna work. I wish that I never cared about Charlie getting Kirk under a little white tiny tent. We still don't have the proof of death, just little white tiny hands, no autopsy or ambulance. It was a little white tiny dent that was the turning point for Tyler Robinson. No camera footage or evidence. Was it a Romanian angel or Mossad again? Shabbat shalom, bitch. Why was there no blood on the way to the SUV? Prove me wrong. No exit wound with a hunting rifle is an impossibility. Shabbat shalom. Assemble, disassemble, assemble. How to get to the Dairy Queen? Prove me wrong. He sprinted on the tent and he wasn't supposed to leave. Prove me wrong.
To this day.
Prove me wrong. Why did Cash Patel say I'll see you on Valhalla when this is done? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Cash.
Prove me wrong. Why did Erica say he said Shabbat shalom every day when he got home?
My God, Shabbat shalom, my niggas. Shabbat shalom. You do know that Candace and America Kirk are meeting today. We will see moving forward if my theories about triple agents are true. Yeah, we're gonna see. They won't be able to keep the facade up for too long. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to see if this is truly a motherfucking stage show. And that's a fact. Maybe one more and then we're done with her. Okay, just maybe one more. I don't know if we even have one more, but let's see. Do we have one more dealing with white women entertainment before we move on to other things? You know what I mean? We've been entertaining them long enough. Let's see. Heroin chic. Okay. Shabbat shalom. Let's see what we have here.
Here we go. Getting this correct. Erica Kirk sat down with Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss, the Zionist that was appointed to CBS News by Larry Ellison's son. Larry Ellison is the owner of Oracle. Erica Kirk sat down with that Barry Weiss and said, my husband Charlie would come home and say Shabbat Shalom.
Phone Friday night, Shabbat Shalom.
Even though he was a Christian. And then she did something about how we have to forgive everyone, and it's...
Imagine if my friend, I think his name is Timothy, what does the TD stand for in Jake's? Is it Timothy Deary? Is it Timothy Derby? What does the TD stand for? But imagine if young TD had a heart attack or something happened to him. Lord forbid. We're not even speaking over him. Like, all right, fuck it. What if no, fuck that. Eddie Long's wife goes on Oprah. No, fucking Gayle King. And says, yeah, Eddie used to come home and say salam alaikum on Fridays and watch Farrakhan. Niggas would be like, what the hell? That's the equivalent of Shabbat Shalom. I know she's a good Jew. That's the equivalent of fucking Shabbat Shalom. This is a big scandal in the white world. Facts.
It's on the parents to raise children properly or something. Is there no other news going on? There's nothing else we should be talking about, we don't think? We're gonna watch Erica Kirk angrily angry face talk about Shabbat Shalom to Barry Weiss? There's nothing else going on?
So you don't find it strange that Erica Kirk is a household name in the matter of, I don't know, how many months has it been? September? Because before that, nobody knew who the lady was. She was a nobody. Charlie Kirk, on the other hand, for the family who might not have known about him, you wasn't in the war. And I'm just saying it like that. You're not in the war. Some of us are in the war. Some of us are not. We're just watching niggas fight. You wasn't. If you was in the war, you knew who Charlie Kirk was. And that's why if you was in the war and you heard niggas giving Charlie Kirk all of these flowers and basically submitting to a dead Charlie Kirk at that, then you would understand the frustration that some of us are feeling, because we're like, you niggas are agents. Not only are you agents, but it has to be something very corny in you that you mother. What war? We're in a culture war. We're in an information war. We're in a spiritual war. What the fuck are you in? Like, what are you on? You know what I'm talking about? The only reason y'all know my name is because we're at war. What do you like? So I want to clarify myself. The only reason that you know me as a red pill is that's a war name. It's not. I'm not doing red pill to be on Harlem and play around on the camera because I want to be cute. Nigga, we at war. And when I took that name, it was to go to war. I went to war. I signed up for an intellectual war. 125th Street, across the street from the Apollo, where we had slaves and people who were lynched hanging on a motherfucking wall. We were ready for war. We went to war with the police. They almost killed my brother. Blue, choked him out, almost took his ass down. We got locked up. We got profiled. And we won that war. Why did we win that war? Because everybody is conscious now. And everybody, we won that war. The goal of the war was to wake the people up who were literally walking by us, who don't know that they at war. We call them the 85ers or the knuckle draggers, the living dead. The living dead. That's who we was trying to do something for, but you can never expect anything from the dead because you got to let the dead bury the dead. And to take somebody from hospice, because that is the description of where they are mentally, to take them from hospice to homeostasis is a fucking flex, my niggas. So that's the war, my niggas, to pull you niggas out of a shallow grave. And at the same time, pull myself out the grave, because pulling people out of the grave could get you pulled in the grave. You know what I mean? You know how many people try to break up a fight and got bodied? You know what I mean? You can't put yourself in the middle of that. A self-imposed spiritual and intellectual war, and you're trying to do some war profiteering. Yeah, I'm not even going to entertain the retardedness. But, you know, what war profiteering do you speak of, young man or young lady or young bot? What profit? Where's the profit at? What's the profit? Let me know. You know what I'm talking about? Because if I was a lord of war, if I was really on some wartime shit about profiting, there would be a lot of profit going on. But the only thing is, I wouldn't be on the winner side, because the losers took the check. The losers, who we call the sellouts, yeah, they took the check. You know what I'm talking about? All money ain't good money. So I don't know what you talking about, but explain yourself, please, my nigga, because you're literally sitting there trying to sprinkle salt on a turtle shell. It ain't gonna work. Yeah, we're Botswana in the building. It will not work over here, fam. You know what I mean? So back to the war, my nigga. Just to clarify anything that you may be thinking. or just to, you know, honestly answer the question. If I'm answering a bot's question, it's all good. But there's a war going on outside, and there's a war going on inside. And I understand, and I know my role. I know what I signed up for, and I know what I'm here to do. And I'm doing it, you know, and I'm bringing other people into the war as well. So yeah, they declared a cultural war against us. You know, shit. We might not realize what that may be. We might not even feel the war, because to be honest with you, it's a lot of people in your life going to war with you. But if you don't acknowledge it, or if you just if you're winning the war, it doesn't even bother you. So the culture war that I speak of is the fact that, you know, they took all of those books out of school, and those books needed to get out the schools. Those books were written by the McGraw-McGill. That is that's the father of Ghislaine Maxwell. That's Robert Maxwell in them. That ties into like the Rockefeller Foundation. It was a bunch of fucking lies. So thank you, Governor DeSantis, for taking them books out of school and things like that. Right? But in the response for the people who are being banged on by these white fragility, quote unquote, upholders, they're upholding white fragility, right? Governor DeSantis, the MAGA movement, all of these people, they don't want the truth to come out. So they are, quote unquote, putting all of these they're creating all of these smoke screens talking about woke, because honestly, it goes a little while back before 2020, but they don't want to go through the shit that they went through in 2020. If you don't think that they were scared, then you just don't know what white fragility is. They were terrified when our people rose up for maybe like a week and whatnot. You know, for maybe about a week, we were rising up, and that shit left them very uncomfortable. They were very uncomfortable. Yes, you could click on the QR code right here in order to get the tickets for the weekend, the winter solstice get together, the conference that we have, right? So any president's administration, from Barack Obama all the way down to Richard Nixon, all the way down to LBJ, all the way down to the two Bushes, to the Clintons, all the way to Trump 1 and 2, they have a domestic policy, right? They have a foreign policy and they have a domestic policy. The domestic policy always includes niggas, black folks, Negroes, coloreds. Why? Because they took your fucking land. They took your land. So they're standing on. Imagine if somebody broke into your house, let you live in the basement, and they're running the house. They're always gonna have an eye out for the nigga in the basement to find out what day that when he finds out that we're in his stolen house, he's gonna be pretty upset. If he's domesticated, though, if we neutralize him, if we put some, you know, if we surround him with mayonnaise, if we domesticate him, right? If we demasculate him, if we emasculate him, when he finally finds out that we are all in his stolen house, he ain't gonna do shit but sweep the porch. He not gonna do nothing but sweep the porch, because the pedigree of black man, I'm speaking about the black man, the pedigree of the black man is not the same pedigree of the black man from the 60s, in the 50s, and the 40s, before all of that fluoride, before all of the chemtrails, before all of the GMOs, before what they call processed food, when our people was eating real food coming out of real dirt and whatnot that was charged up. Those were some strong men and women. They were built different. So they were the type that would really turn them tables over and knock shit out. They was knocking horses out. How many people saw Blazing Saddles? They was knocking horses out. Jack Johnson, they was fighting for 100 rounds. Niggas is not built like that no more. I'm sorry. They're not built like that. You might have a Simeon Toko. You have what they would call anomalies. You know what I'm saying? They have anomalies, but everybody's not coming out the womb built like that with that type of energy, strength, power, resolve. The new babies are. These new babies are born with attitudes and whatnot. BWA, babies with attitudes, boss babies and whatnot. So please don't ever sleep on what our people was capable of doing and whatnot. Yeah, that country strength. That country strength. I watched, you just watched Blazing Saddles. I read a book. And it talked about when the conquistadors encountered the quote unquote Moors and what they call the Carolinas now, right? They came across the creek and they came across other tribes that formed the Confederacy. They said that these men were so strong, right, that they were able to basically shoot a bow and arrow through a whole tree. And we talking about oak, we talking about big ass trees and whatnot. They were so fit, right? These men were running up trees and whatnot. These men, they used to have people that were like couriers. They would run and pass messages and what they was. You saw Apocalypto. You see how they was built different, man. From Africa all the way to the Caribbean, all the way to South America, all the way to Central America, all the way to the Americas, my G. Because when they came across in Chesapeake, Virginia, they got resistance and they was getting their asses whooped. In Natchez, Mississippi, they was getting their asses whooped. In South Carolina, Charleston, they were getting their asses whooped. These were all in port cities. The resistance that they faced, they got whooped in Florida 3 times at war. 3 times. And they had advanced weaponry and all of that. What are we talking about? You feel me? What are we talking about? These are different people. Henceforth, why they be digging up bodies and whatnot, and they want the DNA so they could clone these individuals and create these quote unquote super soldiers and whatnot, or these golems, these crash outs. You know? Apocalypto showed us how the indigenous was rolling. Yeah, but like I said in the show last night, somebody, I would love if somebody in the audience would take this directive and go ahead and whatchamacallit, and create this image, create the same, take the screenshot from Apocalypto, that last part where they was looking at the ships on the water, right? And replace it with either 2 narcos, right? And I don't want to be facetious and whatnot, but they're like, yo, we're going to war with Venezuela because of the narcos. Yo, what is up with y'all in these? If somebody is not talking about what's up with y'all ego, bro? Like, what's really happening with our people? Like, bro, I talk about a lot of things. I talk about culture. I talk about, like, fam, what's going on with y'all? That y'all need a man to talk to y'all every day about your fucking melanin, bro. Like, if y'all don't get off of that shit, I'm gonna start kicking niggas off of these platforms. You can't hang out with me, bro. You're not evolved enough. You're not evolved. You belong on the other side of YouTube with that shit, bro. We don't do all of that over here. Yeah, we cook and whatnot, and we give them people, we fire them up. But nigga, I am a global citizen. What the fuck are you speaking about? I told you that before. I don't ever try to put me in no box, my G. I interface and I speak on all people because I'm the parents of them. What do you mean? Either you gonna rock with the teachings or you're not. Either you gonna rock with the teachings because the teachings say we global citizens, we the parents of the motherfucking universe. What do you mean? I could talk about anybody about anything, and I am teaching a global audience. You're not there during the roll call, nigga. You're not there during a fucking roll call. You don't see the people that's tapping in from all around the world. Like that's becoming a pet peeve of mine. It didn't really get it didn't bother me before, but I'm seeing a lot of it. You know what I mean? I have to address that though. It's all good. It's whatever. But I gotta talk to you niggas. Y'all niggas need to sit down with that stupid shit, bro. This is not that over here. I was doing shit like that 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Grow up. Grow the fuck up. I'm not gonna let them. No, I'm on their ass. I will not let them live. I am not gonna. No, we're not doing that. I put in so much work. I put in so much work for our people. I'm not putting in work for nobody else. Nigga, I ain't putting in work. If you ever see me put in work for anybody else, you let me know. But the work that I put in is for the people. So don't ever question what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, fam. Like, and I'm not beyond reproach. I'm just saying that's some corny ass shit. Yo, I'm talking about a movie. I'm talking about a movie. If you went to Colombia, if you went to Venezuela, our people is there, bro. If you went to Brazil, we there. If you go to Caribbean, we there. What do you mean? So they about to go to war in all of these regions, and our people are at risk. What do you mean? My mom just came back from Colombia. She told me that that's one of the most beautiful places that she's ever seen. They might destroy that bitch in the next year. These conquistadors are in the ocean. They have an armada. They're surrounding all of these islands. They're trying to take the resource. They want to jack these niggas. They want to jack them. And I don't care. I'm not gonna sit back while they commit genocide and be like, nah, I'm just repping for the 4th seat. We don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about, you know, like, fam, Crody. No. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all turning me into Richard Gregory. You know what I mean? Y'all turning me into Richard Gregory, man. For real. About to start snapping. Let us go to the tapes, right? Let us go to more of the footage of the tapes. Okay? Matter of fact, let's back up something that we were saying the other day about Ebro. So you just know that I'm not picking on Ebro, and this is not an isolated thing, because a lot of people from outside of the borders, right, of New York City, y'all have no idea who this man is, and y'all don't understand why the hate is so strong. On Instagram, I got like 300 comments, and all of them is flaming up that boy. You know what I mean? But check this out.
This music, we playing Miami music, we playing Atlanta, we playing Texas music, we playing Miami music, we playing Atlanta music, we playing California music. We not playing no New York music. Y'all can't tell me, oh, yo, New York wasn't making good music. How you know? You ain't never even get a chance to hear it, because the nigga who was the program director at Hot 97 was forcing Lil Webby on us. Como? We don't want to hear Lil Webby. No disrespect to Webby. Do your thing. I heard he's nice. They say he's nice. I don't jack Lil Webby. Ebro was forcing us to listen to a Lil Webby song where he was talking about taking Heine. Gon' give me that. Gon' get, girl, give me that. That nigga's talking about taking Heine on that song. That's one of the songs that Ebro was forcing on us on Hot 97. Gon' give me that. Go back and check and see how many spins a week that was getting on Hot 97 back then. A song where a nigga was talking about taking Heine. Then you had all that corny, gripping grain, drinking drank, and all that Texas music. Like, no disrespect to Texas, but that wasn't our thing. Cadillacs, they was talking about riding Cadillacs and old schools, and I'm like, nobody want to hear that. Ain't nobody in New York wanted to hear that. He forced that on us. So now this is what New York niggas did. New York niggas said, yo, listen,
pack it up.
I can't get on the radio making the kind of music that they like in my city. I gotta make music like niggas in Miami. I gotta make music like niggas in Atlanta. I gotta make music like niggas in Texas. And that's what hurt New York rap the most, you heard? Because dudes trying to get on the radio, they felt like they had to capitulate.
That's Zip with the drip. And yeah, he's exactly, you know, I don't want, I've said it, but I'm gonna let other people say it because, man, they literally watered down the whole entire sound of New York City. The Griselda had to bring the sound back. Not even to say that that's the whole New York sound, but Griselda had to bring the boom bap New York bars. You know, I just listen. I told people Conway's album is better than Nas' album. Like, and Conway is shitting on the rest of his team. He's mad at Westside and them. Oh Lord. You know, nobody wins when a family feuds, but yeah, Jay-Z kind of Big Pimpin' was the introduction, right? But what we're saying is during our mix show, we don't want to hear music that, not to say that we don't want to hear music from outside of New York. We have 106 in Park for that. The music is regional. Every time I go to a different region, they're playing the music of that region. I went to Houston. I didn't hear nothing from New York. It was a bunch of Houston sauce that everybody's talking about prostituting and a bunch of other things that we don't talk about in New York. That's not our language. That's not our lingo. We were not prostituting our women, fam. That wasn't our thing. We were not selling our women. We did not take pride in selling our women. We did not hold our head up because we were prostituting our women. We were not breaking women in New York like that. Now, New York men and the women, that's a whole nother conversation about how toxic they are with each other, but we were not selling them. You know what I'm saying? We were not selling them. So it's a difference. And then they introduced a lot of things into the lexicon and into the radio stream that we wasn't, that wasn't our steez. That wasn't our playlist. No disrespect to anybody's region whatsoever. We were not doing strip club music in New York before they imported it from Atlanta. And they imported it in the trunk of Demetrius Flannery, right? I was there. BMF, when they invaded New York City, they brought the whole culture with them. Everywhere that they went, they kind of set that culture up, that subculture. The subculture existed. We had Sue's Rendezvous. We had a few places topless in New York. They were only topless. But all of that changed because of the influence of the culture. And we're not blaming Ebro. We're not blaming the music. We're saying that things contribute. Everything is a contribution. And the PD, which is the program director, and that will be Ebro. That's old man Ebro. He's the program director who later on became a personality because he liked the camera. But he was in the office. He was a program director. So he was deciding what the sound of the whole city was going to be. How many people from Miami remember Wild Man Teddy T? Huh? Because when I was working for Pitbull, that's when I found out about program directors. And because we would go on tour and he was going on radio tours, and every city that we went to, I was meeting the program directors. I had no idea what any of this stuff was before I got hip to it by being in the quote unquote industry. And I'm like, damn. So Teddy T, right? Wild Man Teddy T was the program director, and DJ Khaled and what's her name? Super Cindy and all of them, they were working under him. You know? Pick a side, Red Pillar. Ain't no place, both sides, my boy. What side you speak of? What are you talking about? How the fuck? Pick what side? What do you mean? Talk to me, please. I need you to talk to me, my nigga. Make yourself very clear. I'll send you a link. Be very clear though. Talk to me. Explain yourself. What state is top in high level rap? You gonna say Dallas? Okay. High level rap, like bars, like rap, like rapping, like lyrical miracle rapping. Suze, you had to drive nearly 2 hours away for it. Yeah, I mean, damn. New York was dry back in those days. Yeah, K Fox. They brought K Fox from Miami to New York City. And niggas was like, hated it. Like, she did not last very long. She didn't last. Shout out to K Fox. That's a good, she's a real one, allegedly. You know? Yeah, Prince Marky D, they was over there. DJ Irie, who wound up being the DJ for the Miami Heat, very cool. I would say DJ Irie was the coolest out of all of them. You know what I mean? But they were all tied in to, you know, they had Wildman Teddy T there, Ted Lucas and all of them, Slip and Slide. They had influence. We talking 2003. We're talking 2003. You know what I'm saying? The South is better than corny ass New York. F New York. F New York. I'm mad at New York. They wear those Timberlands. They wear those. They talk too fast. They like to sleep with our women. They take our women from us. I hate New York. They got so much game. It's okay, sir. It's all right, done. You be all right. Thoughts on Rakim? Ever cross paths with him? Yes. Yes, I have. Rakim is the god. Right. The New York. Sometimes I'll be trolling, you know. But yeah, man, Rakim, there's nothing that you can say bad about Rakim. You can't put no smut on him. I met Coogee Rap the other day. So the last person I think on my list is Big Daddy. I met Coogee. I met DJ Red Alert, and I met Coogee Rap. Right. So the next person on my list is quote unquote Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah. Right. Queen Latifah and Big Daddy Kane. Maybe Slick Rick. Well, definitely Slick Rick. Those are the ones that I didn't miss. That I didn't meet these ones. I didn't meet them. But Rakim Allah, when I was young, I met KRS-One. Shout out to him. You know, I met a few people that were my heroes when I was growing up. But Rakim Allah, he came on 125th Street and he took a picture with me and Blue and he politicked with us. AZ came on 125th Street and politicked with me and Sinetta, and he knew who he was and he showed us love. Coogee Red Alert, he politicked with us. When I saw Grand Pooba showed me the most love out of all of the legends. Grand Pooba showed me the most love out of all of the legends, y'all. Even showed me more love than Lord Jamal. You know what I mean? Even showed me more love than Lord Jamal. And Lord Jamal shows me a lot of love. You feel me? Even though I roasted him for having on Mexican Jordans and going crawling back to Vlad and whatnot, that's still the OG who, when I was young, I was tapping in with him. You feel me? You know? Shout out to Spinning a Bit. We got to make up. Yes, Techno Tuesdays, y'all. Techno Tuesdays. I need y'all to tap in. Techno Tuesdays episode 44 is tomorrow. That's going to be a real big episode for us. That's going to be a real big episode for us. I believe we got the IRL for that. I believe we got the IRL. We have a spot. Techno Taco Tuesdays. How many people in Atlanta will pull up to a Techno Taco Tuesdays? Let me know. How many of y'all want to pull up to a Techno Taco Tuesdays tomorrow? You remember, life comes at you fast. If y'all over here with us, y'all gotta be ready for shit going fast over here. Like, we'll announce something the day before or a week before. It just is what it is. It's a different business model. Was part of the quickening. It's part of the quickening, right? So a New York City nigga can't teach me shit. Okay, I hear that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I hear that. You know, before Boozy was Lord Jamal. Right. Oh, so you saying that you got to postpone the Techno Tuesdays? Is that what you're saying, God? It's a lot of moving and shaking. Yeah, Pete Rock showed us love. We met Pete Rock. There's a lot of rappers that show genuine love, and not just love where it's like, oh, you want to take a picture? No, love where it's like, yo, I know you, son. Like, y'all niggas are ill, son. Like, giving me the type of love that I would give a legend like Pete Rock. Like, fam, I like your music was a part of, it's in my DNA, you know? It's part of my DNA and whatnot. Pete Rock is a legend. AZ, I told y'all before, me and AZ's sister, right? I have a sister. So, you know, I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? If you date my sister, you better treat her right. You feel me? You need to treat her right. You know? And I'm sure that he felt the same way about me when I was dating his sister. He didn't know me. I was a young whippersnapper and whatnot. So he was looking at me. I was in his house, and he didn't give me the type of love that he gave me in Harlem. I wish he would have gave it to me at his house when I was like 18. That might have been one of the reasons why me and his sister broke up. I'm like, I can't be coming over the house too many times like that. You know what I mean? I got a heart murmur, my nigga. My shit was jumping out my chest. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, imagine AZ walking out the room and giving you the ice grill. He gave me the ice grill. Then he started ironing his clothes, and he was just looking at me like telepathically talking to me, son. Like, yo, I will break your face if you don't give my sister everything she wants. You know what I'm talking about? I would break my face if you make my sister cry. I was shook daddy. I'm alive. I was in East New York. Just to get to her, I had to go through, you know how I had to go, nigga, just to get to her spot. It was like gladiators. The shit was like American Ninja. I went through an obstacle course just to get to her front door. I walked through mad goons. Mad goons. You know what I'm talking about? Where's Copper Moon? Look, this is the first one. Are you a pimp? And then the second one said, how long you been out the pen, my nigga? Yo, ever since I put out an APB on Nick Fuentes, the Groypers been in the chat acting up. The Groypers have been in the chat stalking me, y'all. Ever since I put the call out on Nick Fuentes, the incels have been stalking me, man. I gotta let it know. I gotta let it be known. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they on my tail. Pause. The Groypers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they real funny. The Groypers are hilarious, bro. The Gooners are mad hilarious, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You know, either that or or the Dwight women. When I said WWE, here, let me go ahead and let me spray this shit with some Raid and whatnot. Let me go ahead and spray this bitch with some Raid. Hello. 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 Yeah, nigga. That's your kryptonite. That's your kryptonite. We got your woman, man. White women entertainment. I know you putting on for her. For young Beckett. You know what I'm saying? For Gwendolyn. I know you putting on for Gwendolyn. It's all good. You know what I'm talking about? We over here just cooking, you know, don't mind us. We in the kitchen. Nobody is at harm. You know what I mean? But let's go. I bet you this is their pastor. The bots from Botswana. This is their pastor right here. Check out their pastor.
Leave him alone, Satan, in the name of...
Hi. Come on, man. Some of y'all bots in the chat. Some of you Nordics, you know what I mean? Y'all need to go see young Kenneth. Y'all need to see your daddy, Mr. Copeland, and go get a fucking exorcism. You know what I mean? I'm sensing a lot of trauma and toxicity in your tweets. So you need to go and see young Kenneth. This is what he's gonna do for you. Okay?
Come on, man. You're right. Leave him alone, Satan, in the name of Jesus. My God, don't you touch him again. You shut your mouth. Ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha.
Everybody pray with
Come on. What did he say? What did he say? Shabbat Shalom. Did he say Shabbat Shalom? What is he saying? That's a fucking Indian. He's doing a rain dance. He's sounding like a $5 Indian, man. Family. If you gotta go to sleep on the weekdays and that music is playing in the background, if Kenneth Copeland is on your TV and you gotta go to sleep listening to that shit, you know how you got Granny in the living room, she got that shit on high and whatnot. You might want to get you might want to remove some parasites, get a reading, and take a spirit bath, because that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is demonology 101. If you can't see the demon in him, remember, this is the nigga that's probably he's the one that probably initiated America Kirk. He probably jumped her in. He was part of the initiation. He DP'd her. You know what I'm talking about? Mr. Kenneth. Because that's what they do. They line you up with some powerful demons. Somebody like America Kirk, she definitely got jumped in by some very powerful demons. She not going up against no regular, you know what I mean? She didn't get tagged in by no regular demons. Trump was there. Jeffrey was there. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the hitters was the Moloch hitters were in the building when she got her motherfucking button. Remember that scene where they took Joe Pesci to become a made man and he came into a house like this and it was empty? Yeah, the house wasn't empty when she got made. You know what I'm talking about? She was with all of the demons. But holla. Mashallah. Shout out to Cardi B. But yeah, this shit is weird. Like, they have millions of people in America following this man. This is what the, my people is into Kenneth Copeland. Y'all fuck with Kenneth Copeland? Isn't TD Jakes and them they signed to his label? Huh? They signed to his label? That's crazy. That's crazy. Where's his tapes at? Where is the Kenneth Copeland record? Where's that at? Because I'm sure that they got some shit on him. You feel me? I'm sure that they done buried 1,000 cases trying to protect that man and his crazy ass. Look at his face. But yeah, let's check this shit out.
Inside of you, and then they're able to women.
Because that's a warlock that you see. Okay? That is a warlock. Make no mistake about it. That is a warlock of the highest order. And warlocks are real. People are just beginning to find out about how deep this rabbit hole goes with these people. But check it out.
A lot of y'all are dating warlocks or male witches. Remember, warlocks, they prefer sodomy because sodomy basically ends up giving them power because it creates a state of shame inside of you. And then
did you hear what he just said? I'm going to rewind it so you can understand what the fuck is being said. He said sodomy, and I need you to use your imagination. Okay? And be very mindful or very, very, very wary of the man who comes in your house, and that's all he wants to do. Okay? That is Roman. You want to talk about how to enter Rome? That's how you enter Rome. Okay? When in Rome, that's Romanistic, niggas. Okay? That's Romanistic. That's a part of the ritual.
Because sodomy basically ends up giving them power because it creates a state of shame inside of you. And then they're able to utilize that shame, which is also going to go back to the loosh that's inside and outside of your body. Now remember, in the occult, the term third eye actually equals your butthole. Right? And this is basically what they're trying to take, because the term booty bandit, right? The term the black casting couch of Hollywood, all this basically the algorithm. You have to understand, women, these men are a bunch of diddlers, okay? You equals Justin. Your boyfriend, your husband, whoever's practicing black magic, okay? They are going to be utilizing your shame. They are going to be holding you back based upon the shameful things that they made you do, which is basically the synopsis of Justin and the diddler. Now, how much light did Justin have before the diddler did what he did? Well, he had a lot more light before the diddler did what he did. And the diddler was utilizing this third eye black magic sodomy ritual. And if
somebody said that's bullshit. That doesn't mean that. Well, different strokes for different folks, right? When they speak about it in their circles, the lexicon is different. It's not, once again, people internalizing shit, personalizing shit, projecting, deflecting. None of this shit, bro. It is what he said it is. That's what they deal with in their circles. You're not in that circle, but that's what they're dealing with in their circles. I want to make you aware, and I especially want to make the women aware, because women are on dating apps these days. Women are very promiscuous because of they're hypersexualized, women and men, of course. But a lot of our women have been getting caught up because of the programming. I've seen it unfold over the years. They're unsusceptible. They don't know what they signed up for, in my humble opinion, because nobody was teaching them. Nobody was giving them the quote unquote. Nobody was giving them the game. Shahrazad Ali, Zaza Ali, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, who was disgusted with the behaviors of her women, of the female gender. She was disgusted, and so was Shahrazad Ali. And they was trying to put women on game about what the fuck is going on, especially with this quote unquote recessives. It is a far cry as to where the spiritual, the conscious, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't even know what the name is, but the behaviors, the things that people are doing, the things that they're aligned with, the flags that they wave, it is a far cry from the days of the Shahrazad Alis and the Zaza Alis, when they had women who were holding other women accountable, the behaviors were a little bit different. But now that there's nobody holding anyone accountable and there's no shame and you can't check nobody, you just gotta the only way you could check somebody is put hands and feet on them at this point. Because anything else, they like, well, who you talking to? You ain't talking to me. You can't make me. Yeah. No shame. Motherfuckers is carrying on shit with no shame. So it's like, bring shame back. Bring the shame back. Real talk. Because it's not about getting all in people's business. It's really about saving them from the trauma that these demons have for them. And something opened up. They let out an asylum, an arcane. They let a goddamn a psychiatric ward out in Harlem during the COVID, during 2020. They let a whole wing out on the street. They just like dump them on the streets. And I suspect that they've been doing that in different states and whatnot, because these demons and these zombies that are roaming these streets are very sexually undisciplined. They have demons in them. They got the warlock energy. You got warlocks mixing in with them. I was in California, LA, walking past Skid Row, and I saw a whole tent full of warlocks. Real talk. I saw a whole tent full of warlocks with a young crackhead in the tent. I was like, God damn, what they about to do?
Oh, how could I forget?
Let us continue.
BBLs and curves. Back to what seems to be a second wave of heroin chic, which we all remember from the toxic 2000s. This comeback is very interesting at this point in time. It's a complete contradiction to the attitudes of the public from the last few years who have been outspoken against toxic beauty and body standards imposed by society. Of course, we know that trends are a pendulum. They swing one way and eventually they come back swinging just as hard in the other direction. But this comeback in particular at this time is prompting a lot of speculation, with many people questioning if there is a deeper, more sinister, ulterior motive at play. One creator in particular suggested that celebrities in Hollywood are glorifying malnourished bodies because they knew what was coming, and that they're making it look okay so that when people were starving, it appeared normal and trendy. This is a terrifying but extremely interesting perspective considering what is going on in the world. And as we know, trends are much deeper than they appear on the surface and are influenced by more factors than simply aesthetics. The greater world, technology, politics, changing social values, Hollywood, all influence what we wear at a given time. So whether this perspective has a seed of truth to it or not, the comeback of dangerously skinny bodies raises a lot of questions and certainly says a lot more than might meet the eye.
They called it heroin chick. Heroin chick, right? How many are aware of... Nah, I'll talk about that in a minute. Hold on, let's check this out.
Someone exposes
Brosy.
the money trail?
Not yet, Brosy. Not yet. They not ready. Not yet, Brosy. How many people seen this shit?
I don't give a fuck how none of y'all feel. This shit is weird. Word. Cause he doing too much kissing and smooching and hugging and biting of the lip, and you doing too much. Get him the fuck out they picture. He fucking up their aesthetic with this thin ass, promiscuous ass blouse he got on. That shit look fresh off for picking. Then he got the nerve to put on some concrete snake print jeans with...
Do you know the day that their mother made transition was the day that they launched their Instagram page? The day your mother dies is the day that you launch an Instagram page? You don't find that suspicious? You could look that up. These young ladies, Diddy's daughters, the twins, I'm not going to say that they might be in danger, but if you know anything about the industry, and how they play the get back game. The sins of the father will visit the child, and they're moving around the industry parties. They're moving around private parties because they're models and whatnot, but they're moving around looking very available. These are young women. These are girls. I remember when they were born. You know, with the reputation that your father has. You feel me? And you're in those den of vipers. You're with those. You're in a room full of vultures. Yeah.
With them Wizard of Oz boots. That's them boots that witch had on that curled up when the fucking house fell on her. Then he got the nerve to top that bitch off with a do-rag. This stupid ass outfit, you like a whimsical ass, flamboyant ass leprechaun. Dressed like a multiple choice question off a homosexual survey. Standing there looking like a country ass Disney Channel lesbian. Like I would never forgive your stylist for this bum ass outfit. Word of my mother. Like, why? What made you grab your little sister hip bone and bite your lips? Trying to save him, took him out. Them is Chelsea boots. I don't give a fuck what the bitch name is. Them bitches built like a genie lamp. They like, you rub the side of them, Diddy gonna crawl out your back pocket with a bowl of jumper cables.
So these young women, right, Diddy's daughters and whatnot, they are being raised. So it was said that after her untimely demise, that Kimora Lee Simmons took over because that's the godmother. And that is a bad move. Kimora Lee Simmons was basically Russell Simmons' underage model lover, right? It was, to be honest with you, he groomed her from a way early age. She was a model, of course, and these models come into the industry 15 and 16 and everything, surrounded by billionaires, rich men who have eons of years of experience on them. Okay, these models come in at 16, 17, 18, broke as fuck. They don't have no bread. Don't have, they look like they got it, but they don't have the type of money that a manager has. They don't, you know what I mean? Like the women these days are getting to it, but we're talking about like the Kimora Lee, what's the other girl that just went crazy from America, Tyra Banks. Yeah, all of them. Lex Wesner. Yeah. So Lex, we'll talk about Lex in a minute. So the model, I was a model. I was in the industry, right? Briefly, 99 to 2000. But I was on a run, so I couldn't go that far because I had warrants. I got to see some shit. I got to see some things, you know what I mean? And then I dated a model for about 3 years. So I was basically a fly on the wall, and I was privy to a lot of things that go on in that industry that I never knew before. I had no idea. Somebody say man. So the yacht girls be home, you know what I mean? Like, and I be wearing capes, man. You know what I mean? I won't say that I'm tender, but I put my heart into certain things. You feel me? I don't know why, but I be feeling for people. I still have a level of compassion left. I'm not completely gone. I'm not completely gone. So that part inside of me, when I seen certain things, it was feeling a type of way. It was like, damn, I was feeling sad, yo. I was feeling sad. I was feeling like I want to save them, but they don't want to be saved. A lot of them, they didn't want to be saved. But I just had this impression that beautiful women didn't do wicked shit. You know what I mean? And boy, oh boy, was that shit shattered. I had a little bit of the Disney spell probably, But I was under the impression, I didn't know until they opened up the curtains and I was able to peek behind the curtain. Oh shit, what the hell? But this is not an industry for two young women who father and mother are not on the scene. This should be an immediate quote unquote flag on the play. You feel me? Yeah. The modeling agencies, trafficking fronts. Ron Perlman, the Epstein shit, Lex Wexner, whatever happened to the case of the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, who basically was they had a whole Epstein type of ring, but the only difference is it was white boys. Whatever happened to them? I don't know if they got a RICO and whatnot, but their case was supposed to be televised as well, because this is the Abercrombie and Fitch owner. These people are tied to Lex Wexler, who is responsible for the limited brand Bath and Body Works. I did go in there the other day and spend some bread. I had to say, I had to do a prayer afterward, because I'm not giving Express. Remember, I used to boost out of Express, and we used to boost out of all of the stores that Lex Wexner owned. So yeah, we was giving his ass the business before we even know that he was so fucking crooked. Okay, that he was so crooked and evil. Victoria's Secret, the limited brand. There's a whole bunch of them. Bath and Body Works, that's all Lex Wexler. Columbus, Ohio, he turned that whole industrial park. He turned that whole neighborhood into like an industrial park in Columbus, Ohio, where they put on for the Knights of Columbus, right? And he basically signed over his entire quote unquote fortune to Jeffrey Epstein. He made Jeffrey Epstein the power of attorney, and he was giving that nigga blank checks. So Lex Wexler, right? And then, hold on, damn, I had a video. I don't know where it's at. They're tying Epstein and Wexler in the Megacorp, which is a super duper powerful gooish organization of all gooish billionaires, all gooish billionaires. Yeah, remember Ed Buck? And they're tying all of them in. So if our Caucasian cousins, you feel me? If our Caucasoid reporters won't do the job and drive the stake, then just one of us may have to do it. Because quiet is kept. The likes of the Epsteins and all of these powerful people, yeah, they're programming society. It's blanket. It's not a color thing. They're trying to catch everybody in their net of programming. Subconscious, of course, subliminal programming through the 7 mountains or the 7 hills and whatnot. So they all in the entertainment industry. You see, they taking over Paramount. They're taking over all of them. They're taking over all of these quote unquote entertainment apparatuses and whatnot. They took over TikTok and social media. Big tech is running all type of plays where social media has basically corrupted the minds of the people, right? TikTok, for that, Snapchat, Facebook, IG, all of that shit, corruption, right? And these are the people that are behind it. And come to find out, all of their hands are dirty. So you damn right, we're going to drive them off of the cliff. We're going to ride on them. You know what I mean? Those are ops. Those are Oppingtons. Okay? We got to ride on them. Shabbat Shalom. So on Saturday, we could say Shabbat Shalom and we could relax. You know what I mean? Based off of the work that we put in. So they have the Wexner Center of Arts. Yeah, that whole entire Ohio shit is Wexnered up. Y'all gotta have to divest yourself from Lex Wexner. He should be the next person that gets the documentary. Yeah, 6'7". 6'7". It's crazy. And I didn't even bring this up on Black on 363 Empire. We were doing a show about the far right and occultism. And you know, once again, fake Caucasian outrage, right? Fake Caucasoid outrage, where they're upset that Skrilla, who is behind 6'7", right? They're upset that he's in Palo Mayombe, but they're not upset. They're not upset about all of the murdering that's going on amongst melanated. They don't have a problem with that with their young children engaging in immersed. They're immersed. The white boys are immersed in the drill culture. They are the ones putting together the Reddit pages, the 4chan pages. They have lore. They have Bibles written on King Vaughn. You feel me? They're the ones who are they're what's the word? Peddling. Wait. Pedal, whatever the word is. They are onboarding, they're lionizing, they're immortalizing Black Death. But they got a problem with the children saying 6'7" now. You know? No, I don't think it was the word peddling. Pedestal. They're pedestaling. They're putting them on a pedestal. That's what the white boys or the Euros. Yeah. He's from Kensington and all of that. You know what I'm talking about? And they don't have no problem with nothing else but the fact that he is in an occult. But they in occult movements, they're crypto Jews, crypto Christians, crypto Shabbat Shaloms. None of that shit they practice. They just wear that as an outfit. You feel me? So I brought it up before. Okay, pedestalizing. There you go. It was like a tongue twister. Thank you. I appreciate that. So when it comes to what ultimately is going to happen down the line, there's going to be a humongous fallout with the Black spiritual, occult, African, traditional, centered communities, and with these evangelical, crusading Bible thumpers. They're back to their old ways. They're in Central America, in the Caribbean, targeting, right? Gathering intelligence on all of the Babas, all of the people practicing. They're gathering all the intelligence on all of the root workers and whatnot, because they did this before. When they went on their crusades, who the fuck do you think they were going after? When they went on the Reconquista, not just that, what do you think the Inquisition was about? The entire Inquisition. Go and look up torture tools of the Inquisition. They was out there cutting down the warlocks. They was out there cutting down the shamans. They was out there cutting down the wizards. They was out there cutting down the witches, the brujas. That's why they are targeting certain areas and whatnot. They getting their asses whooped in the spiritual realm. They getting washed in the spiritual realm. They're psychonauts, right? So they're psychonauts, right? So they go underneath some very heavy drugs, right? That's what a psychonaut is. And based on the research that I was doing, they said that they're running into niggas in those realms and getting chased up out of there. They're having bad experiences, what they call bad trips. Yeah, they see machine elves and they see orbs, and they may see the geometrical structures. They doing the whole thing with the red laser, and they doing DMT, and they're staring into the red laser, and then they're seeing that this whole shit is a matrix code. Yeah, all of that is true. But what is also true is that they're running up against the black gods and the black goddesses and what they would call Big Mama, whooping their asses, bro. So, and they know that they're losing the people, they're losing the church, they're losing the grip on their quote unquote people. The people that's rocking with them is only NPCs at this point. But the main characters have all woken up. So they don't want you to be on ayahuasca and all of that hot bed. No, they trying to stop all that. Watch and see. They're gonna stop all of that. Trump is gonna legalize the marijuana, which is gonna be government. He's just setting up a play to make a whole bunch of white people rich, and they're going to Schedule 1 all of that shit that will wake your ass up because it is becoming a hindrance to their plans. Right? Yeah. Panic is giving them that work. Baba Kalindi is giving them that work. They was running into Baba Kalindi when he was alive on the other side, bro. I promise you. So once again, to the person that was asking about what war, yeah, nigga, when I go to the other side, I'm going to the other side on wartime, on a war horse, right? To declare war in the spirit realm against the people who I know from being here needs to get their heads chopped off. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. I'm a haunt niggas. I'm a turn into Jesus, and I'm gonna link up with the other spiritual warriors that are in the fourth dimension cooking shit right now. That's my goal. That's my motherfucking goal. And there's nothing, absolutely not a thing that anybody could do to stop that. That's one of the things that a real nigga should go to sleep on his fucking chest. That if you declare your intentions to fuck shit up on the upside down world, in the nether world, right, on the ethernet, when you check up out of here, right, which is inevitable, everybody, has a date. When you stand on that, then you're not going to be coming back as a cockroach, because that's what a lot of niggas is coming back as. This thing that I step on, coming back as a three-legged dog. Niggas is coming back as ferrets. You know what I mean? Coming back as a squirrel. You feel me? Coming back as a gay cat. You ever seen a gay cat? Yeah, I'm not coming back like that, because people leaving this bitch with their tails tucked, with no purpose, ain't put in no work. You better put in some work. The fucking ancestors is taking notes, nigga. It don't have nothing to do with Red Pill. Don't worry about me. You know what I'm talking about? You better put in some work, because your ass signed up for this shit, and your scorecard, your motherfucking NBA player card, the shit is at like 1 and 2. What are you waiting for? And where's your work at, cat boy? Where's your work at? Where's your receipts, nigga? Where's the smoke at? You know what I'm talking about? Where did the bodies get buried? I want to know. And I also told somebody today, when I do make my transition, I don't want no damn casket, because I'm not no Christian. I'm not buying into that dumbass. He's gonna come back and resurrect niggas from their casket, and we're gonna all do the Thriller dance. No, nigga, I'll put me in the dirt. No casket. Put me in the motherfucking dirt, like I said, with my polo on, with a gat on my side, because I want to be part of the mycelium network. From whence you came is where you go back to. It's a bunch of niggas fucking up the process of what the worms be doing, because they all in caskets. You know what I'm talking about? They all inside of a wooden box and whatnot. What help does that do for the environment? You're supposed to fertilize the soil. Supposed to fertilize the soil. Roll me up, my nigga, in a Persian rug and just put me where I need to go. I'm good. My spirit is eternal. The body and all of that. However, it's like trying to salvage the body of your old car, the Chrysler. I done ran through this shit. I'm good on this. You know what I'm talking about? I'm good on this. I'll come and bring me back in another body. Niggas is holding on to the body, bro. That's crazy. That's how you know humanity is in its infancy right now. Niggas have fallen so far. Humanity is still in their infancy, bro. Like, what do you think? That you think niggas is gonna come out of spaceships to come and talk to us? You think people are flying around saying, "Yeah, we need to link up with them niggas"? Like, yeah, I need to meet that. No, that's not what they're doing. They're hiding behind clouds and whatnot, scared to death that humanity is so dumbed down at this point. They in the ocean. They like, I ain't fucking with them niggas. They going deep in the Atlantic. They are turned off. Yeah, rising power to Azazel. More people need to talk about Azazel. More people need to talk about Dawood. Why nobody's talking about them? They made transition, but they was the illest occultists that you could fucking meet, my niggas. Bobby was learning from Azazel. Panic was learning from Azazel. But nobody talks about them. So either you African or you American. But in both cultures, both African and an American culture, it was mandated that you keep people alive by saying their names. You have to keep them alive by invoking them. It's like the American God series and whatnot. How many people believe in Azariah? How many people believe in Brother Dawood? The things that he stood for, what he said. I could go down a fucking laundry list of the master teachers that are on the other side. And people don't invoke them enough. Y'all not saying their names enough. You're not invoking them. You're not wearing them on your, wearing their motifs, saying their names. I put videos on my page. I wanna introduce Delbert to my audience. I want to introduce C. Freeman L to my audience. Matter of fact, I'm talking all of that talk. I could show you better than I could tell you. Let's go ahead and tap into one of the legends and whatnot. Let's see if I have it queued up. Let me see if I got it queued up. If I don't, I will have it in 1 minute. You feel me? I will have it in 1 minute. So, yeah, we need to keep their name alive. We need to keep their messages alive. I abhor to the most to the finest, to the molecular structure in my bones. I abhor any young nigga. And when I say young nigga, you could be 50, 60, or 70 years old. Anybody who pops up on the scene and you are regurgitating, I don't care if you took one line and you're regurgitating something that one of the master teachers taught, and you're not giving them credit and you're not invoking their name, but I hear you speaking on things that they say verbatim. Oh no, yeah, you have a special place in my heart. My heart. You got a special place in my heart. You feel me? I'm dropping slips. I'm snitching. You feel me? I'm doing rituals and snitching on you to the ancestors. I'm telling them who you are, where you be at. I'm doing that. I'm turning into that person. Give me a minute real quick. Let me pull up this video.
When the market crashes, he rises from the blocks. Get ready.
Pay us in the Crypto 2.0. Pay us in the Crypto 2.0.
Shit crazy, man. Shit crazy, man. Shit crazy, man. You know? Sound just be going crazy on this bitch, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I gotta do a reading or something. But yeah, check this out. Big Baba energy right here. Let's go. Let's go. This is somebody who has been cloned by another teacher in this community, almost verbatim. And I have a problem with that. And I'm going to continue to stay on this motherfucker's case because they cloned Delbert. Yeah, they cloned Delbert and had the audacity to say that they don't even know who Delbert is. Astaghfirullah, bro.
Astrology was not meant to be a guidepost for every action you take with your newborn or with yourself. It was to be only a guide, not an instruction manual, but a guide, showing you the different programs that your TV sets could bring on, and then you tune into what program you want. The stars do not impel you to do anything. I'm sorry, they do not compel you to do anything. They impel you in a direction that you already want to go, and that's why you choose to follow that particular star sign. Why am I saying this? By understanding when your child came in, you will get a general tendency as to its strengths and weaknesses. Advanced souls make astrology. They do not follow astrology. They can be as different from their sign, ascending, natal, or otherwise as night and day. And understand also that because of the progression of the equinoxes, our signs are off 30 degrees anyway. I keep saying this because so many of us are choosing astrology now to escape to, saying again, that child was born like this, was under that sign, and that's my Gemini, and that's my... No, sir. These souls make or break astrology. They make or break stars. They are free souls in a free will zone, and they're here to express.
Somebody said that I had to learn that conscious community does not mean righteous community, right? I would add on and just say to that conscious community died in 2016. I don't know why that's not kind of like, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what the name became. I don't know what it turned into. But it definitely died in 2016. The conscious community, it apex, it reached its peak, and then it died. It died with Shanetta. You understand? It died. It died with Africa Bambaataa, y'all. It died. It died when Dr. Sebi died. The conscious community, as you know it, it died. So whatever you see and whoever popped up afterwards, and all of that other stuff, not to take anything away from them, but it wasn't a part of what you know as it wasn't the conscious community. When we formed the paradigm shifters, that wasn't the conscious community. The conscious community was done at that point. It was finished, right? Let me show you real quick. When I made this video, the conscious community was dead. It was over with. It was an experiment that it served its purpose, but it been done. I don't know what people are talking about. I don't know. Conscious, what is that? What is that? That has no bearing. That has no standing in law. It's an idea, and it is a bygone, quote unquote, concept. And to be honest with you, you got to go on old YouTube to see where it is, to see what it was, and to see what it felt like, and to see what it was about. Check this. This is the shifters right here.
So the power of the shifters coming together was, we each other. So the power of the shifters coming together was, we here, so y'all could come together and meet each other, because after today we out of here. But
right, that was in DC. That was like 2018. The conscious community was done. Benjamin, what's his name? Ben X, 19 Keys, Rizza Islam, all of them came after the conscious community. You feel me? I would say that Young Pharaoh might have been one of the he's the one that helped to end it. He helped to end it. You feel me? And Polite was over after the YouTube video that we did on Black Magic. To be honest with you, it was over for him after that. And whatever run that he went on after that, I don't even know what that is. What was that? Whatever that run was, and people were like tapping in with him and shopping with him and locking in with him and wearing those fucking the hats and shit, and y'all had his shirts. Yeah. You don't say. Yeah, that wasn't the conscious community, family. That was not. When Nature Boy came in and sat on Sanetta's couch after he got exposed and got locked up in Mexico, and Sanetta gave him another lease on life, that was not the conscious community. It had already been over by then. It was already finished. It was already over by then. You know? It was already over by then. 19 Keys was on IG, but he wasn't a part of the what don't you understand? You could be on IG. What do you mean? Just because you see somebody dropping knowledge, they're not in the community. You gotta be brought into a community. That's like saying, yo, Son and them was in the Nation of Islam because they was eating bean pies and reading the final chord. That has had nothing to do. One thing don't got nothing to do with the other. 19 Keys with a bandana on, being on IG or Facebook and whatever years that was, what the fuck? That has nothing to do with what we was doing. He wasn't a part of what we was doing. He did not influence anything that was going on in Harlem at all. They didn't even know who he was. We discovered him and brought him to the fucking world, brought him to Black Magic and put him on. What do you mean? He had his own following, granted, but it wasn't y'all. He had his own following, but it wasn't y'all. It wasn't the people in our community. He got put on. So we got, a lot of people don't understand. They don't know. They don't even know how to differentiate things. But I'm here to get the story straight. You got to get the story straight. Because people be running around and I don't think they don't even know the story. They don't even know the story. So Keys comes after Polite. Okay, he comes after Polite. You know what I mean? He's the new Polite. So he comes after Polite. But after we was done, and after that shit got wrapped up, and after a Sanetta, they did Sanetta like they did Paulie Castellano. Yeah, Sanetta got Castellano. They hit him up in the Sparks. No, not like that. Not piece of PDF. No, not saying that. What are you talking about? I'm saying, all of the front line, the in the light type of situation. That's the type of character. We're gonna put you in front of the lights. We're gonna put you on the stage. You built for the stage. You built for the stage. Blog Talk Radio days when Rich was behind the camera. He probably was listening to the lectures. He was watching the lectures. He was in the audience. He was tapped in. He was taking notes like many other people were. And then he stepped up and he represented and he basically carved his lane. This is the good brother Keys that I'm speaking of. So when Sanetta got bodied by Pharaoh and Seti, that was the beginning of the end. It was the same exact thing that John Gotti did to Paul Castellano. They went and hit the goddamn Godfather with no permission from the commission, and it was a hostile takeover. What was the takeover? They took his audience. What you mean? And then after that, your boy Hassan Campbell took the rest of his audience because the takeover back in those days was we're going to take your audience. That's what the debates were about, low key. The debates were about audience transfer. When I defeat you, I take your audience. That's what Seti did to Alim Bey, right? That's what Polite did to Tazariak and them. But then that's what Tazariak did to Polite. It was a back and forth audience taking battle, because the debaters, they go home. The debaters go home. They do whatever they do. It's the people in the audience who switch allegiances. They get switched up. They be switch sided. They jump teams and they jump crews and whatnot based off of, it's like basketball, based off of who their favorite player is. Right? So when Umar kind of like removed himself, he was in the community and then he removed himself when he got into beef with Sarnetta, and then he became sort of like an outlier. He was a rogue agent. He was in the community, then he removed himself, and he said that he was the king of the community, but he wasn't in the community, and he wasn't doing for the community, and he wasn't working with the community, and he was an outlier. He was an outlier. They don't know the WWF days. Yeah. Good thing that y'all don't know about those days. You feel me? Good thing that y'all don't know about those days. Maybe somebody will do a documentary on it. There are a bunch of content creators who literally, I don't know if they listened to what I was saying earlier in the year, or I don't know if the universe, the great divine who speaks through signs, just started making things happen. But there are content creators out there that are documenting the fall. They got like the fall of Polite, the fall of Young Pharaoh, all of the falls, the fall of Dr. Umar. Everybody that fell, they got videos on them right now. And then after that, they're going to start telling the stories about the history so people could understand the timeline, the history, and whose hands, whose fingerprints are basically on this community. It started out as the metaphysical underground, then it turned into the dark matter think tank, right? Did Umar fall? I don't know. You want to ask that question to the audience? Because every year somebody in this community goes down. Every year somebody in this community stumbles. Every year somebody in this community has a great fall and whatnot. Last year Billy stumbled. He didn't fall off and whatnot, but he did stumble because mad people was talking about him. Mad people was shitting on him. Mad people was turning, he became, there's nothing that you could do to Dr. Umar Johnson if you don't understand meme magic. There's nothing that you could do to him if you don't understand meme magic. He is a meme lord. So he has somewhat, he's not even, here's the idea of Umar at this point. He is a meme. That's nothing wrong. Charlie Kirk was a meme, right? Charlie Kirk, yeah. Lennon Honor. Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all know that Lennon Honor, like 2010 and an 11, he was the man. He was the man. He did a video series called The Borgs. The Borgs. Remember, like Star Trek, The Borgs? And he also did he did a video where he decoded Beat It. Yeah, Lennon Honor used to be a YouTuber, a black conscious creator. He wasn't a part of the conscious community, but he was affiliated with the community. You see how that is? You see how that works? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, Lennon Honor used to be a creator in this community, And now his life's mission is to take down, quote unquote. See, that's what I'm saying. Jeremy, how old are you? It doesn't matter. Listen, I'm gonna do a whole video on this, so we don't have to. I'm not gonna talk down to you. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna look. Nobody does memes. You don't have to. You understand? Do you understand what a fucking meme is? Do you understand what meme magic is? Do you even know before you say something like that? The fact that people make memes of you is what's making you a meme lord. You're not supposed to make your own memes. The fact that you become a meme. The fact that you become a meme, right? When you become a meme, you go past, or and we're talking about a new era that we're living in. Do you know how much power a meme holds? Do you know how much magic is in a meme? So there have been meme war, like Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes had a meme war in 2016. It was a real war. The memes got the goddamn president in the Oval Office. What are we talking about? The memification or the Kirkification of Charlie Kirk. You didn't see it? Did you see after Charlie Kirk got his shit pushed back that they basically made a fucking there was King Von Charlie Kirk. There was Michael Jordan Charlie Kirk. There was motherfucking LeBron Charlie Kirk. There was Barack Hussein Kirk Obama. They made Martin Luther Kirk. These were all memes. You didn't see it? You might not be outside like that. They didn't see it. But he is he's an idea. It's not a human anymore. They offed him. So the idea, the Pepe the Frog meme got him into the White House. So first it was Pepe, then it was Kek, right? So when you talk about Kek, that's the white occultists. That's when they doing chaos magic. That's when they sacrificing melanated people, mostly the women, right? That's when they're doing these tender sacrifices. Oh, they found a woman chopped up in suitcases. Yeah, that nigga, that's a sacrifice. They probably put that on the dark web. And the people who follow Kek, right? The incels like Nick Fuentes, the Groypers and all of them, they watch that. You will never see it because you're not going to pay a Bitcoin to go into a secret room to watch somebody get unalive. But they are. That's what they do. And I'm so surprised y'all don't know about that. But that's what they do. So Charlie Kirk is a god on the internet right now because he was a martyr. You know, if you were to go out in life, you would want to be a martyr. For anybody that's doing this shit, you don't want to go out like, he's in a nursing home and his teeth fell out and you know what I mean? He's pooping on himself. Yeah, just let him go. Let him go. That's not the way to go. You want to go out like James Dean. You want to go out with a fucking bang. If you at war, you will want to be martyred. They won't martyr certain people because they know if they martyr you, they'll turn you into the equivalent to a Christian saint, and people could summon you and whatnot. You know what I mean? If you get martyred, you could get summoned like an entity. So please don't sleep on what they have done with young Charlie Kirk and whatnot. That's why the Erica Kirk thing is very dangerous, because the whole Erica Kirk thing was just to make her a part of the zeitgeist. And now she's a part of the zeitgeist without doing anything. She's a household name and she didn't do anything. You know how long Candace had to work to become a household name, right? Erica Kirk is a household name and she didn't have to do anything but sleep with Charlie, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if people hate you or if they like you. If they're giving you attention, that's good enough. She's standing on the Charlie KKK rhetoric. So she's an automatic op. There's no love for her at all. She don't want the world to love her. She don't need the world to love her. Black woman, if you see her, it should be on sight with her. That's how deep that shit goes. If you see her, it should be on sight. Straight like that. She's a household name. The power of the whole Charlie Kirk. We're not talking about political power. We're talking about occult power. We're talking about the power that has been summoned by these quote unquote, nigga, they spill blood for their rituals. Nigga, they spill blood. And in front of, our people spill blood. They catch bodies and they do sacrifices and all of that. But the intentions are completely different than what these people are doing. Is it real? All of them. Yeah, they put in work. They are a blood cult. They are a blood cult. And people don't want to. I don't know what people want to do. I don't know what people is on, but they're gonna find out one way or the other. How about that? One day it's gonna be a huge leak, and you're gonna think it's Sora 2, but it's gonna be some real shit. You're gonna see the fangs of this demon in real time. They're hiding behind. Look, they're hiding behind a mask, a porcelain mask. It's almost like the eyes wide shut type of thing with their masquerade balls. They're masquerading behind masks. A lot of them. A lot of them. And then, like I say, if you belong to that side and you're not calling them out, you're guilty by association in my book. You're down with that shit. If you're not putting your neck on a line, like how we're putting our neck, if you're not front lining it and you got a pale face, yeah, you're part of the problem. You're down with that shit. You benefit off of it. You vicariously benefit off of it. You're turning the other cheek. If you're not dedicating your whole life to exposing your own people, my G, then you at this point in a war, then what are you? Because when America went to war against the Vietnam or the Viet Cong, the whole Vietnam was at war with them. Like I said before, when you invade a country, you basically declare war on the whole entire country. That's why I feel that they will invade Venezuela. If they invade Venezuela, they're going to go to war with the entire Venezuela. The same way that they went to war with Iraq and the civilians. They went to war with the civilians in Syria. They went to war with the civilians in Afghanistan, not just the army. Everybody was in on making sure that the Americans got their shit pushed back. You feel me? But let's see what these people really be doing. Brosy, to the motherfucking stage. Let's go.
That every single time someone exposes the money trail, a random tragedy suddenly drops out of the sky. Because that's what just happened at Brown University. It's not random, it's patterned. 2 days before the shooting, Brown published a report showing the US spent over $33 billion on Israel in 2 years. Then suddenly, a campus with 800 plus cameras can't produce one clear shooter angle. The only footage released hides the face. The person of interest gets instantly released. The shooter is still unknown. And the story is already shifting every few hours. And the victims, a Christian conservative student and an 18-year-old future neurosurgeon. People who represented future influence. Ask yourself, why do the smartest campuses always become the quiet battlegrounds for narrative control? Look at the timing from the Bondi Beach shooting. Exactly 10 hours and 42 minutes separates the two attacks. Look at the angles. Look at the silence. Providence police literally said, "We shared what we have." How do you have 800 plus cameras and that's all you have? Brown is literally one of the most surveilled campuses in America. This wasn't incompetence, it was choreography. Look, when a system wants confusion, it gives you noise. When it wants obedience, it gives you fear. Comment, scroll, and anchor your scroll scan. Your field needs clarity, not chaos. Look, here's the pattern most people miss. When money, power, and perception collide, universities become narrative laboratories. They misplace footage, they contradict themselves, they release statements that cancel themselves out, and they hope the public scrolls on before the timeline stabilizes. But the field always reveals where the real pressure points are. bizarre. What if this event wasn't about the shooter, but about what Brown exposed before it happened? Look, there's a reason all of this feels off, and it's not because you're paranoid, it's because your field is picking up the distortion. Comment scroll if you want the unfiltered map.
She be selling them scrolls, my nigga. She be selling them motherfucking scrolls, my genius. One thing about Brosy O'Donnell, and I'm not no y'all niggas is haters. Y'all hate people. I don't have hate in my heart. People be hating people. Like, get off of the victim train for once. I gotta give Brosy her props. Brosy been cooking all year. Brosy, where's your videos at, homie? Brosy is active, my nigga. Every day is a Brosy video. And Brosy got bars. Brosy got bars. You know, that scroll shit be bothering me, but because I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But Brosy O'Donnell, she good with me. She good with me. You feel me? I rock with the information. You know, I rock with the information. We in an information war. All information is good information. That's right. Brose.
And is reveling apparently in the death.
So let's go into Rob Reiner. What's your favorite Rob Reiner movie and whatnot? You know what I'm talking about? What's your favorite Rob Reiner movie? Let's go.
Nick Reiner and Rob Reiner got into a very loud argument at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party on Saturday, loud enough that others were able to hear. Sources close to the Reiner family also tell us that following this, Rob and Michelle both left the party, but we do not know if Nick left as well. In another very chilling add to this story, family sources also tell us Michelle had been anguishing to her friends over the last few months about Nick, her saying that Rob and her were at their wits' end with Nick over Nick's mental struggles and his alleged substance abuse, further saying that they've tried everything regarding Nick. As you know, the legendary actor, director, and his wife were found dead in their Brentwood house on Sunday, and their son Nick was arrested Monday morning.
That nigga look crazy as fuck, right? Rob Reiner had beef with Donald Trump, the president. They hated one another, right? Because he's one of those lefties, right? He's one of those lefties. He's gooish, right? But he rides with the left. You know what I'm talking about? And they were banging on one another. So, you know, Trump put out a ill, nasty ass tweet, right? Like, what kind of president will tweet when somebody gets unalived by their own child? Like, what the hell is going on with this man? You know what I'm talking about? But check it out.
And is reveling apparently in the death, the horrible murder of and Michelle, and is reveling apparently in the death, the horrible murder of Rob and Michelle Reiner this morning. This is a Real Truth Social post that he just made ago. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once a very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump. This is horrible. I mean, I'm looking at this. This is not how you talk about someone who was just murdered. And Rob Reiner and his wife were not murdered, had nothing to do with Donald Trump. This is horrible. This is not presidential. Rob and Michelle Reiner represented the best of us. May their memories be a blessing, even if the President of the United States doesn't agree.
Yeah, I don't even know who they are like that. You know what I'm talking about? I don't. They said that Rob Reiner did When Harry Met Sally. Yeah, that was my shit. I like that. That was so he did When Harry Met Sally. Oh, you can't handle the truth. That's Rob. Spinal Tap. That's Rob. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Crazy ass boy. You know? Shit crazy, man. I wanted to show y'all something. We were talking about Twitch the other day, and we brought up Kai Cenat, right? Kai Cenat is in hot water. One of his mans in them caught he's getting accused of some SA, and then I ain't hear nothing about that for like 2 days. I don't know what's happening, but they may have to cut one of their Clover boys off. But I had brought up Kai Cenat, and I was talking about the fact that these young men are making all of this money and whatnot, and they don't own the platform that they are on. They don't have ownership, right? They are creating an entire new demographics of young, unsuspecting, quote unquote, talent to take advantage of, because the old heads got the internet and kind of like started getting hip. You know? Wait, Rob Reiner did Wolf of Wall Street? Did he do the Wolf of Wall Street family? Man, I might have to light the altar for that one. So if Talil catches a grape charge, yeah, it's gonna be the downfall of young Kai. He is down with the Israelis. He donated, I think, $1 million to AIPAC, so he's gone. He's officially out of here in terms of he's bought and sold. He's an asset to the Z, to the Z's, and we're not talking about Kodak and them niggas either. Huh. I Show Speed, on the other hand, I would I would look at him, to say that if there's anybody that's gonna come up off of this thing and come out of it with their dignity intact and some of their integrity that they might not have lost, it might have been that young man, even though he does barking and shit. He does a lot of coonery. But I Show Speed is more politically astute. And to me, he's more genuine than young Kai. And of course, nobody forgot that he disrespected FBA culture. He said that Black Americans don't have any culture. He shared the sentiment that I've heard over the years from people who are not of African American descent, right? He carried that narrative while cosplaying, while looking like, walking like, talking like, dancing like a nigga from New York, the Bronx, to be exact. He wasn't putting on, he didn't put the Trini accent on. He wasn't talking about roti and doubles and festival, and you know what I mean? He wasn't getting into steel pans, and nah, he was rocking with our shit. Yeah, I Show Speed is from Cincinnati. He went on a world tour. He went on a whole tour around America, and he showed people his family. I like when the streamers show you their father, show you their mama. His relationship with his father, I like that relationship. You feel me? His dad is a Rolling Stone and whatnot, but you could tell that I Show Speed, that DNA of a super athlete, right? This is it. I'm logging off, y'all. Copper Moon, where the hell are you at? This nigga said, why you look like a handsome Squidward? I thought I heard it.
To this day. To this day.
I thought I heard it all, man. Yeah, it's getting late. It's time to go, man. It's 2 hours. We 2 hours in. Yeah, I'm about to pack this shit up. But check this out. I say all of that to say these are the owners of Twitch, and this is where they on. This is the mentality, and these are the people that these niggas, these young men are working for. Save the children, y'all. Look at this.
Hello. Hold on. Announcement to make. So. Hello. Hold on. I want to tell you, this is our leadership team. I have an announcement to make to y'all. Oh, God. Okay. I brought Emily here.
Thank you.
Okay, because I wanted to announce something. I've decided that I need to leave Twitch, and Emily is now the CEO. Okay? So now Emily, as the CEO, as the new CEO, you need to tell your leadership team what you think they need to do in the next year.
What?
Okay?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Well,
Actually, wait. You should meet your leadership team first.
Yes, I would love to.
As
That
the
would
new
sound great.
CEO, you should know who your leadership team is.
Of course,
So why don't you flip it around and we can go around and each one will themselves and what they do
I love it.
here. So you
Yes.
meet your leadership team.
Sounds great.
Okay?
What the hell? What the helly? Yeah, so that's Twitch. Those are the faces of the people who this is a leadership team. So this is the whole crew. And that's who these black boys are making mega rich. Because if they paying Kai and them, you know, they get 50% of. So if a subscriber subscribes on Twitch for $5, the leadership team is getting $250, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The leadership team is going to get $250, right? So that's not cool in my book. Like that's a dub for me. Once I saw that, I'm like, hell to the nah. I'm not pushing nothing Twitch. The only I'm gonna put a switch on Twitch. Hell to the nah. What the fuck? These niggas look like some weird boomers.
Flip it around and we can go around, introduce themselves and what
they don't know nothing about the culture. They don't know nothing about the culture. So I'm like, somebody needs to talk to them boys, get them up out of there. They need to, at this point, how much money do you need to build your own shit? Kai Cenat, Rage, Black Boy Max. Like they have all of these crews. Y'all should come together and buy your own goddamn server and get money. Get the real money. Cause right now, y'all sharecropping. There's no flexing. You're sharecroppers. Real talk. Y'all little niggas is sharecropping. And what make matters worse, they police and censor on Twitch something crazy. Something crazy. So there's just certain things you can't say, you can't do, can't go political, but you definitely could coon. You could bark like a dog. You could do all type of shit. You could say nigga, 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 like Rakai. You can act super zesty, but you say free Palestine enough times, they gonna cut your stream. You know? Speed deals with non-black women. Oh, is that right? Here you go, watching his penis. Is that right? That's what he does? Okay, right. So check this out. This is the alternative that I would say, instead of going on these platforms that we don't, them days are over with. We can't be a part of the freemium, or we can't be a part of these freemium apps. We can't be a part of these quote unquote free platforms where they're getting paid for advertising and marketing. They're making $1 trillion on Twitter, on Facebook, and we not getting a lion's share. We're not even getting a penny from it, right? So this would be the solution right here, right? This is a site called Bass Drop, okay? We do live streams on Bass Drop, right? Shout out to Bully and Spin and Slice put me on to Bass Drop, right? And on Bass Drop, I was able to drop my token. I only did one live. I did one live on Bass Drop, right? And we were able to drop the Prince song, tokenize it, right? I got 1 million quote unquote tokens for it, right? And I got 12 holders that are already bought in, and we have a market cap of $53,000, right? This is on a platform that I was on one day. I just did this for one day. I never been back on a platform I did a live with the gods one day, right? And there was some people in the audience that obviously liked the song, and they went ahead and they invested in it, fam. That's what 2026 is about. That's what we're going to be teaching on Friday in Atlanta. That's what we're going to be digging into. Real time shit, like real things. Like we don't have time, especially in a recession, especially with this inflation and stuff like that. I just don't have time to take my energy and my cloth and go on. You know, this is free. I don't get no money. You don't see no commercials playing and whatnot. I'm not, this shit ain't monetized. I don't get a coin out of these people. They made a mistake and paid me one time, and they caught themselves and was just like, hold on. Let's take that monetization up. This nigga's talking too crazy. So I don't really want their money because I don't ever want nobody dangling nothing over my head, acting like you're going to tell me what to say and what not to say. You're going to police me because of your measly ass check and whatnot. That's not what we doing over here. We're not doing that over here. We defiant over here. We middle finger and shit over here. You know what I'm saying? We being belligerent over here. Why? I mean, it's a natural response. I gotta be that. I gotta be belligerent. I'm living in a belligerent world. You see the fucking videos I put up every day. You know what I mean? It's a response. This whole shit is belligerent. You know? There's about 3 or 4 other apps that I want to show you, but they're on my phone, and I can't really get to it right now. Will the Atlanta workshop be recorded? It will, but we're not going to record all of it. Were you able to cash out that bread on Base Drop? I don't need it. I'm a diamond. I'm holding. What cash out for what? I'm not Cash Patel. I'm letting that shit build up. I just did it one time. I need about 50 owners. I only got 13 shareholders. I need about 50. Then maybe I'll do that. But nah, let me see. Do I have the QR code for that? Y'all could go and get your album. Go, because what's going on? Yeah, there go the QR code right there. I changed it to the Bass Drop. What's going on with Bass Drop is that when you invest in the song, you also are going to get tokens and whatnot, and you get paid as well. So this is a monetization. This is a monetization model that works better than Spotify. Oh my goodness, God bless you niggas on Spotify. It works better. It's a better business model than Tidal. It's a business model than Even Biz. It is a better business model than all of them, all of these streaming platforms. Henceforth, why I won't put my music on those platforms. I took it off and I'm never going to put it back. I'm only going to put AI music on Spotify because Spotify is a bot. It's a bot heavy platform. So why is humans even over there? It's a bunch of bots over there. So I'm going to send a bot over there so bots could bot out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Things are changing, but they are doing what? They are distracting us. They're distracting us. You know what I'm saying? Things are changing, and there's a lot happening. What about fan base? I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan of fan base. I seen that they monetized that and whatnot. I signed up to them in like 2017 or 18. What's the full name for Bass Drop? I think it's called Bass Drop. I think that's the full name. You could go and Google Bass Drop and you'll be able to find it and whatnot. You know what I mean? My song is on the front page, or it should be it's a few songs up there, but you'll be able to see Prince. There it goes, Bass Drop. It's a Web3 app though. So you got to connect your wallet and whatnot. It's a Web3 app. You got to connect, you got to have a MetaMask a Rabby wallet, a Brave wallet. You know what I mean? The world is changing. Web 2 is being phased out for Web 3. It's going to be over the course of about 3 to 4 years. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's definitely being phased out. It's definitely being phased out. Do you have to go live? No, you could just upload music. I just happened to go live. I didn't even know that they had a live option. I just happened to go live. We did a bomb ass show, and whoever was in the audience of whatever race, I don't know, is, you know what I mean? But whoever was in the audience, they heard us talking, and then they went and they played the song and they liked it. That's the live stream that I did with Spin, Slice, and Bully. This was like a month ago. And they heard the song and they bought into it. Easy peasy, right? And now I'm sitting on 50 bands and whatnot. And matter of fact, yeah, that shit changes things, right? It changes things because goddamn it, I've been a starving artist, you know. I need to see the results of the work. That album is 10 years old. You feel me? It needs to pay for itself. And them studio sessions wasn't free. I'm gonna drop another app and then I'm out. I'm burning a midnight oil like man. I got a plane to catch tomorrow. It's crazy. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me show y'all these files. This is another website. Feel me? I just want to help. That's my thing. I just want to help. I just want to show people the possibilities that exist out here rather than quote unquote, you know, I could show you better than I could tell you. But these are some of the things that are taking place when, you know, we're not going live and we're not online. 2026 is going to be a shift, right? So this is my Zora. This is a site called Zora with a Z, Zora, right? And Zora is a monetization, another one, social monetization. These are like Yap It. The first app that did social monetization was Yap It. And this is also a monetization app, right? So I put 10 posts, 10, and the market cap is at $9,000. At first, it was at 0 for 9 posts. I wasn't getting no love. It was at 0. I thought I was doing it wrong. And then I woke up and it was at 9,000. So I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the audience, they feeling the post and whatnot. Because what you could do is you could like I got 10 posts. You could buy tokens from the post. Go and Google Creator Coin, because this is what you're seeing. It's something called a Creator Coin. This is almost like the new NFT, right? You could scan that QR code right there, and you could be part of my invites. You could it's a free app. It's in the App Store. This is not no weird shit. This is not like some homeboy shit. This is a legit app. Go and Google it. It's the Zora coin is one of the best performing coins on what they call the base blockchain. Coinbase, remember Coinbase? They created a blockchain called Base, right? And Zora is one of the best performing apps or dApps on the Base blockchain, right? So I got another page. I got 2 pages, Red Pill and Scorpion King, right? 9,000 on one, 7,000 on the other. And I got 6 posts on this one because with this one, The second post that I put up, I was at like 9,000, right? So what happens is people will buy coins and then they'll sell them as well. So they could buy shares of your coin and then they could sell them on a secondary market. You get paid for that as well. Go ahead and hit the QR code. Go ahead and hit the QR code, right? So you want to spend your time and get paid for it. Because, man, creator fatigue and people being burnt out on the internet, that comes from giving all of your time, all of your energy to the mind flayer, and the shit is just flaying you. You're getting likes and shit like that, dopamine releases and whatnot. So you're going to dopamine high, but you got to come down and you don't got no money on. You feel me? So what are they catering to? They're catering to flattery. They're catering to your ego. They're flattering you, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what we said. We don't do flatteries. We do batteries. We don't do batteries and we don't do flattery. Because batteries are flattery. Niggas putting batteries in your back, that's just flattery. Flattery don't pay the bills. So tell Mark Zuckerberg, stop flattering us, sir. I need y'all to Google Zora. Like, go on YouTube and watch the videos about Zora so you can understand how it works. And it is a creator coin. It's a creator coin. So these are the new creator coins. Zora is one of the sites that you'll hear about. For my crypto bros, it's selling the Zora coin. It's selling under $1. I think it was at 40 cents, maybe. Yeah, you might want to snatch those up too. You know what I mean? Because on a crypto market, they got the Zora coin going crazy right now because so many people know, but more people are going to know about Zora. I'm giving you the early onboarding jump off, and I don't want to give, you know what I mean? Like, this is for y'all. This is for y'all. I might get in trouble for this. This is for y'all. Okay. I want y'all to know that there's opportunities out there, but it's just not on Instagram and it's not on those 5 apps that they have us all addicted to. It's on some other shit. Zora happens to be an aquatic race in Zelda. You don't say. That's my game right there. So yeah, every copyright is a coin. So now we are minting our posts. We are tokenizing our posts. Yeah, I could work with that. I could work with that. And I could monetize my live streams now. I could monetize a live stream. I could work with that as well. So 2026, ladies and gentlemen, affirm it with me right now. Affirm it with me right now that this is our year. 2026 is going to be our year that we pull ourselves out of survival mode up Maslow's pyramid. It feels good when you get out of survival mode. Trust. So we got to elevate each other out of survival mode. We could do it as a collective. That's one of my goals. And I shouldn't even be, once again, I'm wearing a cape. I'm wearing a cape because you could try to help somebody that's drowning, but they could drown you in the process. Do you know that? Do you know that you can help people that are drowning? You can help somebody drowning on some lifeguard shit and get pulled under. And I'm going to affirm that I'm not going to get pulled under and that I'm going to help whoever's out here drowning as I'm the lifeguard on some Baywatch shit. B-E-Y. Baywatch. The Moors. B-E-Y. That's another Zora picture that we need. Instead of Hasselhoff, you got Hasselhoff L, my nigga. Imagine Hasselhoff with a fez on, running with Pamela Anderson Bay. Or Pamela Anderson Ali. Baywatch, B-E-Y. Where my Moors at? Yeah, man. So, ain't nobody drowning on my watch. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like Billy from Stranger Things. I'm the lifeguard. Nobody's drowning on our watch. So, but you got to know how to swim and you got to be able to take instructions from the lifeguard because if not, nigga, Jaws is in the water. Islam. Jaws is in the water. So we got to be coachable. I said this to a shorty the other day. we got to be coachable, because if you can't get coached, then what can I do with you? If you're not coachable, then you can't win the chip, my nigga. There's no win. There's no, you can't win the game. You cannot win. You got to be able to be coached. You know what I'm saying? Be coachable. You don't know how far that will take you in life. Be coachable. What does that mean? What does that translate to? Sometimes you got to tuck the ego and listen to when the quarterback calls the play or when the coach is calling the play. They're not going to steer you wrong. You know what I'm talking about? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough. We have there's a lot of information that was shared tonight on this Melanin Monday and whatnot. Shout out to everybody in the building, staying up super duper late. I really appreciate that, but I'm going to get y'all to your beds now. You know what I mean? It's time for us to tap out. We will be back Third Eye Thursdays, right? Techno Tuesdays. Look out for Ra'aku, Ross Ben, Chicago Crypto. You know what I'm talking about? The Bros. We have the winter solstice celebration. Let me go ahead and play this commercial, and then we are going to go out on some music, and I will see y'all very soon.
Peace, family. Peace to you and yours. Brother Red Pill reporting live and direct. Yes, I have some very good news on Friday, December 19th, the day that the Third Eye Atlas is supposed to be in contact with us. We are going to be at Spin City headquarters, which is Sovereign Land over there at East Point, Atlanta. And we are going to be doing a winter solstice conference Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, featuring Bitcoin Bully, featuring Rosbin, featuring Ra'aku, Spin City, Brother Red Pill, you name it, and other special guests. Make sure you click on the QR code so you can find out more details. Seating is limited. This is going to be a closed door workshop. We get into it and whatnot. We're going into 2026 bossed up. You know what I mean? So this is for all of the people who caught a W this year. Let's close out this quarter with the right mind state and whatnot. So masterminds come together, all right? I'm looking for my entrepreneurs and my movers and shakers. Salute. I see you. Digital nomads, tap in. See you on Friday. ATL. Peace, fam.
The link is right there, the QR code for your tickets. We're doing live stream. You could be in El Segundo and tap in, or you could be in real life. We really we have 3 more vendor slots available. 3 more vendor slots. It don't matter where you come from out of town, or you could be local. We got 3 more slots for the vendors, and we have about we got some tickets. It's limited seating, but we do have tickets left. So I look forward to meeting and greeting, building. This is going to be very personal. We'll be inside of a house, similar to what this house looks like. We'll be inside of a house. We got food. We got beverages. We got 420. We're going to be doing the sound bowl to open it up, the sound bowl healing on Sunday. We got the Cosmo Physician. We got Rosbin repping the Star Nation and whatnot. We're going to be dealing with the Third Eye Atlas. We're going to be dealing with the 2026 forecast. We're going to be dealing with we're going to have readings and whatnot. There's going to be a room where people will be able to get their readings. They're going to be a masseuse in the building. So some people could take some of that stress off of their bodies, a little bit of Reiki and whatnot. You said play Shark Tank tonight? Sharks. Yeah, I think I might want to go out on a Shark Tank. You know what I mean? I like that idea. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, let's pull that up. Give you some Shark Tank. Let's go with the Shark Tank, and then we up out of here. This is a late night bop. But yeah, I do request and whatnot. I'm on my DJ shit. All right, y'all. Shark Tank, Red Pillar, featuring Highs Light and A Thugger. All right. New York shit for the YNs.
Anthem on the track.
Yeah. The guards is in the building. What makes them sharks? Rap God, A-Dog. What they know? I'm a shark in the tank. Big fish, big bang. No fear, no doubt. Inspiration and faith. Knowledge of self. Dedicated, I'm great. I'm a shark in the tank. Yeah, shark in the tank. Big fish, big bang. No fear, no doubt. Inspiration and faith. Knowledge of self. I'm dedicated, I'm great.
I'm great.
The YNs need a hero and a father figure. Someone that he could talk to like a barber nigga. I don't like to bother niggas or harbor niggas. I'm about that action like the Mississippi Harbor niggas. Book smart like a Harvard nigga. Skull and bones like I starve a nigga. For peanuts, I want George Washington Carver nigga. Early birds get the worm like a Marvin nigga. To this day! Tell anybody to this day! The marvelous eating guava nigga. If there's a problem, I will solve a nigga. Ray Liotta 3 stacks, I will solve a nigga. My juju pouch is even more valid. Poor Alice, I'm your pusher. That will empty the clips, that's more malice. Who let the peasants through the front door of the Moors Palace? Heart light is a feather. What's a hookah to a floor chalice? The guards is in the building. What makes them sharks? Rap God, A-Dog. What they know? I'm a shark in the tank. Big fish, big bang. No fear, no doubt. Inspiration and faith. Knowledge of self. Dedicated, I'm great. I'm a shark in the tank. Yeah, shark in the tank. Big fish, big bang. No fear, no doubt. Inspiration and faith. Knowledge of self. I'm dedicated, I'm great. I'm great. The YNs need a hero and a father figure. Someone that he could talk to like a barber nigga. I don't like to bother niggas or harbor niggas. I'm about that action like the Mississippi Harbor niggas. Book smart like a Harvard nigga. Skull and bones like I starve a nigga. For peanuts, I want George Washington Carver nigga. Early birds get the worm like a Marvin nigga. Tell anybody asking that the marvelous eating guava nigga. If there's a problem, I will solve a nigga. Ray Liotta 3 stacks, I will solve a nigga. My juju pouch is even more valid. Poor Alice, I'm your pusher. That will empty the clips, that's more malice. Who let the peasants through the front door of the Moors Palace? Heart light is a feather. What's a hookah to a floor chalice? Shark in the tank. Big fish, big bang. No fear, no doubt. Inspiration and faith.
Knowledge of self. Dedicated, I'm great.
I'm a shark in the tank. Yeah, shark in the tank. Big fish, big bang. No fear, no doubt. Inspiration and faith. Knowledge of self. I'm dedicated, I'm great. I'm great.
All right, family.
Niggas in crypto, diamonds is dancing like they up in disco. You niggas in fist smoke, you stay up at dip low. You niggas stay up and get low. Heard you way up in Frisco, and you say what the heck so. Every player gets sniff nose, acting gay up in Cisco. Like take the day off and play up at Bistos, causing chaos and play up Calypso. I pause in kitchens and cause caused addictions. I pause prescriptions and cause inflictions. Lil Bixby playing in stores and bricks and on the dark web. You gotta pause every doors, cause encryptions. Tesla engines, pause the pistons. I seen every floor I leave sore and listing. For that action, they sponsored the Bronson. They was hooked on that shit like Johnson and Johnson. That freeway, Ricky Ross, straight out of Compton, straight out of Bumpton. Red on blue, violence in the land. The projection of the will, the perfection of the kill, the reflection of the pills. I'm a frontline soldier, I'm no doja. These crystals not from focus. Niggas in crypto, diamonds is dancing like they up in disco. You niggas in fist smoke, you stay up and dip low. You niggas stay up and get low. Heard you way up in Frisco, if you say what the heck so. Every player gets snipped now, acting gay up in Cisco. Man, take the day off and play up at pistols, causing chaos and play up Calypso. Hickory, dickory, down. Hit a lick, put the sticky in the box. When the blicky get hot. Lick off a shot. Heavy in the pedal, we slip off a knot. Heavy in the ghetto, they crib walk a lot. Crib walk the crypto, lift off the stocks. Drips off the crystal and pots. Disco rods in the blocks on my chain from the crystal shop. In the light air, lift off the rock. Toe from the right chain on my block. White paint on my socks. White paint on my socks. Hickory dickory dock. Hit the lick, put the sticky in the box. When the blicky get hot. Lick off a shot, we lick off a shot. Players in crypto. Diamonds is dancing like they up in disco. You niggas in fist smoke, you stay up and dip low. You niggas stay up and get low. Heard you way up in Frisco, and you say what the heck so. Every player gets snips now, acting gay up in Cisco. Man, take the day off and play up at pistols, causing chaos and play up Calypso.